the news tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari felicitated with former governor of Cross River State, Mr. Donald Duke, on his 60th birthday. Nigerian Senate commences amendments to the Petroleum Industry Act. Plus, activities on top gear ahead of the Nigerian 61st Independence Anniversary in the state. Details shortly. Good evening and welcome to the news at 7. I am Ode Alenyo. And now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates former governor of Cross River State, Mr. Donald Duke, on his 60th birthday, September 30, 2021, joining family and friends to rejoice with a political leader whose antecedents continue to inspire hope in a new generation of leaders. The president affirmed that the leadership stride of the former governor reverberated across the country with innovative, creative strategies of development that placed Nigeria on the spotlight for rapid urban development, agriculture, industrialization, hospitality, and tourism. President Buhari believed Duke, who was elected governor in his 30s in 1999, provided a visionary and focused style of leadership that showcased the potentials in Nigerian youth, projecting the loyalty, dedication, sense of patriotism that heralded nationalist movements and consolidated the country's unity. A statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, indicates that the President is delighted with the level of maturity and measures disposition of the former governor, even in opposition for many years, working diligently to promote peace, good governance, and vitality of democratic institutions that will benefit the country. President Buhari praised for his good health and the welfare of his family. Senate has passed the Petroleum Industry Act Amendment Bill for second reading as it acknowledged the speed with which the executive commenced the implementation of the new law. I beg your pardon. The executive bill seeks to ensure federal character principle and to strengthen the administrative machinery of the new oil sector administration, expands membership of the board of the two regulatory institutions, and excludes the Minister of Petroleum Resources and that of Finance from membership of the Upstream Regulatory Commission and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to replace executive directors of the institution with directors.
It is also important to note that administratively, the representatives of the ministries on the board will be directors, being the same rank with the directors of the institutions. This may bring some complications in some decision-making, especially on issues that have relation with staff matters.
Second reading taken, and the bill is referred to the Senate committees on petroleum upstream, petroleum downstream, and gas to report back within 4 weeks. And let me also commend the executive for starting the immediate implementation of this act, because this is how it is supposed to be.
Senate has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to declare bandits as terrorists and declare all their known leaders wanted. Senate observed a minute's silence in honor of Dr. Chika Akunyili, husband of late Professor Dora Akunyili, who was murdered by unknown persons at the motion moved by Senator Uche Ekwenife, urged the Inspector General of Police and all security agencies to strengthen security surveillance in Enugu State, arrest and bring the perpetrators to book. Meanwhile, the Senate has also urged the Federal Ministry of Work and Housing to, as a matter of urgency, expedite work on the repairs of damaged portions of roads across the country. This followed a motion of urgent public importance by Senator Mustapha Olalekun, which observed that so many federal roads and bridges have been destroyed by rains and will further deteriorate if urgent measures are not taken. The motion followed an earlier one by Senator Sabi Abdullahi, which canvassed for the declaration of state of emergency on roads in Niger State and for the federal government to provide 300 billion naira emergency special intervention fund for the repair of bad roads in Niger State. Following the recent reorganization in the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), a new resident electoral commissioner has been redeployed to INEC in Cross River State. He is Dr. Cyril Omorogbe, whom before his redeployment to the state was first appointed resident electoral commissioner in Bayelsa State. A statement signed by Administrative Secretary INEC Irene Oguma indicates that Dr. Omorogbe was later posted to Delta State and redeployed to Bayelsa before his new posting to Cross River State. Dr. Cyril Omorogbe has his education in the United States of America. He is an expert in management and information technology with background in information security, who has distinguished himself in his field of profession before his appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner. The new Resident Electoral Commissioner in charge of INEC Cross River State, Cyril Omorogbe, hails from Edo State, is a Christian married with children. You are watching news reaching you live from the studio of Nta Calabar. You can watch this newscast on my YouTube channel at YouTube/Nta Calabar. We'll take a break, the news continues.
As news breaks from the north, south, east, and west of Nigeria, we bring it to you. News from the length and breadth of Cross River State is sent to you via this channel.
With movers and shakers in various spheres of influence talking to us, we carve a niche and showcase our experience in broadcasting, because it's Nta Calabar before others.
You can't get this anywhere else. It's only here on Nta Calabar News, showing at these times 3 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 7 p.m. every day. Nta Calabar News. Our experience counts.
On the 1st of October 1960, Nigeria gained her independence from colonial shackles, and every year after that memorable day, when the Union Jack was replaced with the green, white, green flag, it has been an annual celebration, usually with pop. Nkoyo Etim reports that in Cross River State Selected School held rehearsal at the UGS Stadium, Calabar, in preparation for the Independence Day celebration.
Nigeria's Independence Day, which is always observed on October 1st every year, as a day set aside for Nigerians to celebrate their country's freedom from British colonial shackles. The momentous occasion of the day, which signifies the sovereignty and unity of Nigeria, celebrated in the past 61 years, has been an opportunity for Nigerians to showcase their rich and diverse cultures, which have become one of the country's strengths. Features cool march-past ceremonies, as well as the display of ethnic and cultural heritage that makes up Nigeria. Here at the UGS Stadium are students, pupils, and teachers who are in high spirit to commemorate the country's independence anniversary celebration.
Nigeria 61, well, from 1960 to now, it's been a whole lot of adventure, but well, we thank God for where we are today. Not many countries will survive what Nigeria is passing through. Yes, a few countries before now would either become a full-time failed state or engage in one or two activities that will result to a full-blown civil war. But we thank God that Nigeria we're going. And at 61, there's a great hope for us that at the end of the day, God will always smile back at us.
We have a great future, and everyone should put his or her hand together for us to achieve what we really have in mind.
We are raising for the March Past on 1st October, which is the Nigerian Independence Day. We should always be patriotic to our country, even in all the journeyings of life.
Some Nigerians say Nigeria at 61 should be celebrated, noting that the journey so far has loads of successes to share in spite of its challenges.
We should embrace the peace which we are crying here. Wherever there is peace, there is bound to be no problems, no chaos, and so on. So I believe everybody in Nigeria needs peace, and we should embrace it.
As a future Nigerian, I pray for a better change.
As a young Nigerian, I pray for things to change.
A clarion call has been made to Nigerians to take this year's celebration seriously and proudly in service to their sovereign motherland, irrespective of their tribes and creed. In Calabar, Nkoyo Etim, NTA News.
The Inspector General of Police, Osman Al-Khalibaba, has assured Nigeria of maximum security as the nation marks the 61st independence anniversary on Friday, 1st October 2021. The IGP noted that the force has put in place adequate security measures to protect the citizens, ensure the success of all the activities lined up for the anniversary celebration, and prevent any unwarranted situation throughout the period of the celebration and beyond. Consequently, the Assistant Inspector General of Police and Commissioners of Police in all the zonal and state commands and the FCT have been directed to lead the Independence Anniversary security operations from the front line. They are to ensure high visibility and confidence-boosting patrol around the venues of the celebrations, residential areas, and other places such as public resorts to prevent any infiltration by hostile elements. In a statement signed by the Force Public Relations Officer CP Frank Mba, the IGP, while congratulating His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Nigerians at large, on the occasion of the Independence Anniversary celebration, pledged the unalloyed loyalty of the Nigerian Police Force to the sovereignty of the country, as well as its unflinching commitment to combating crimes and criminality in the country and ensuring the safety of the citizenry. The IGP also called on citizens to go about the celebration in the most peaceful and law-abiding manner. He appealed for a sense of pan-Nigerian spirit, patriotism, love, and deliberate efforts by leaders at all levels at de-escalating ethnic tensions and suspicion in the land. He further enjoined the citizenry to continue to cooperate with the police and other security agencies in fighting crimes and criminality in the country. One of the fundamentals of human rights in any given society is the right to security of lives and property. However, the current challenges of insecurity in the country have affected human existence and socio-economic activities, thereby stagnating the progress of the country, which in its 61st anniversary of existence. In this report, correspondent Sandra Duwese Akeme examines the challenges and effort towards containing insecurity in Benue State.
For over a decade, Nigeria has been fraught with pockets of insecurity, ranging from the activities of Boko Haram insurgencies, banditry, kidnapping, thuggery, child abduction and trafficking, among others. These challenges have remained threats to human lives and property, thereby hindering efforts of governments to meet up with the basic developmental programs that have the potential to impact positively on the socio-economic and general well-being of the citizenry.
Some of us have been begging for Nigeria to allow Nigerians to talk to themselves, create the enabling environment, bring the leaderships of these countries, of these communities, let Nigerians talk to themselves.
Without peace, there will not be a process for development. You found out that people could not go to farm because there's no peace, because everybody is afraid of insecurity, everybody is afraid of his life.
This is crippling the states. Economically crippling the states in terms of agriculture.
Benue State, with its appellation as the food basket of the nation, has more often than not been in the eye of the storm as the state has continued to grapple with different forms of insecurity challenges. Prominent among these are the farmer herders crisis, communal clashes, kidnapping, banditry, and other sundry crimes. These ugly developments, according to some stakeholders and security experts, can be contained with deliberate strategies using the carrot and stick approach.
Before now, had our dispute resolution mechanisms that had a way of solving these problems. Why have we gone away from that? The open grazing prohibition and ranching establishment law is a welcome idea. And by ranching, I mean will give a confined space where you will limit livestock. They didn't say only cattle. They will limit livestock in this confined space. And in this confined space, this livestock should be treated like the white men treat their livestock.
All of us are joined together, standing together with the governor in order to bring peace within the warring communities. We've condemned the activities that have happened in the past.
We have agro rangers in various locations, and also we have went further to collaborate with the state government to ensure that there is constant patrol both day and night.
What's on my mind is to tell you that in spite of what people who feel things are not going their own way, and sometimes I'm one of them, in spite of it Nigeria is a great country. We should harness it. You, the youth, should build it.
In Makudi, Sandra Dewisi Akeme.
The usage of relevant elements to make stories conversational in news and programming are like a magnetic force that glues viewers to their TV sets is the dimension broadcasting is heading. This is the focus at the ongoing 3-day workshop organized for some staff of the Nigerian Television Authority. Adebola Brookson Sunday reports that the training was in partnership with the Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board. The reports.
Ogochukwu Kaona, a reporter and an on-air personality, is one of the 60 journalists drawn from all NTA stations nationwide who converged on Abuja for the 3-day training aimed at bringing out the best in them.
Session where we can exchange ideas.
With maximum concentration, they listen to learn more from experienced broadcasters with track records. Stella Dean Jacob, an accomplished broadcast media professional, emphasized on knowing where broadcasting is, skills and mindsets, emerging threats, and fake news.
We must blaze the trail and lead by example. Everyone in this room has the capacity to do that. We just need to rework our mindset and understand gone are the days when we were a monopoly.
Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Eben Mohammed, and Simbi Wabote, the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board, were on ground to give support to the trainees.
Bearing in mind the ever-changing space in which we operate and the democratization of the industry and the advent of social media as well as citizen journalists, assessing current practices and expectations of practitioners is paramount.
Trainings like this will position NTA to be the TV station of choice for anyone desirous of authoritative and well-balanced information on Nigeria and Nigerians.
Executive Director News Mohammed Labo, who was represented by the Acting Director News Alima Musa, emphasized on sustaining the mandate of the NTA of ensuring national interests.
The theme, which is bringing out the best in me, is not only apt, but chosen to trigger the desired responses and preparedness in the participants towards ensuring the attainment of the intended outcome.
After the day's technical session, Ogochukwu Kaona told me that she is going back a better journalist.
More confident, telling the story the way it should be, and not looking for any way just to, let me just do it and go away.
Involvement of new media and the issue of how to get rid of fake news.
I should be able to relay what we have been able to do here so as to make the station better, even at the zonal level.
Ogochukwuka and other participants were encouraged to use all available resources at their disposal to objectively tell their stories in true perspective. Adebola, Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
Still on the workshop training for journalists, reporters must to a great extent make their reportage take a storytelling form, just as presenters need to observe pauses when necessary to make their outings interesting and participatory. These are some of the keynotes at the ongoing 3-day training workshop organized for NTA News staff in Abuja. Ademola Brooklyn Sunday again reports.
Into your use of any language.
It is the day 2 of the training workshop, which brought together reporters and on-air personalities from all NTA stations nationwide.
The intro took off with the minister.
The business of the day began with a technical session where the resource person, Chukwudi Okole Ugbaja, and the trainees interacted, asked questions, and made contributions on communication skills, content development, and script writing.
Words in your communication that carry semantic load cannot be said listlessly. No way. You have to aim at some points, release energy at some other points, and just generally be flexible.
I engaged some of the participants to find out if the discussion is bringing out the best in them. in line with the theme of the workshop.
Talking about NTA's paradigm shift in terms of our scripting and in terms of even our news presentation, in terms of our pronunciation and all that. So this training is very, very educative, it is informative, and is going to position me to bring out my best when I go back to Akure.
How you take your narration of a story would convey the message better. It would bring more meaning to your story.
Where so much is needed on a daily basis, we are also expected to continuously update our knowledge in order to meet up with best practices.
And we are sure that in no distance time we'll begin to see a tremendous impact on our bulletins.
At the opening session, Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, called the Nigerian Content Development Monitoring Board a dependable partner.
This speaks to the actualization of the mission statement of the board, which is to promote the development and utilization of in-country capacities for industrialization of Nigeria through the effective implementation of the Nigerian Content Act.
We did some bit of census and research when I came on board in terms of the most viewed television stations in the country between the private television station and NTA. And we discovered that NTA has the largest viewership in the country.
In line with the mandate of the board, the Executive Secretary Simbi Wabote outlined some of the achievements of the board in recent times.
We have implemented our 10-year strategic roadmap, which has 5 pillars and 4 enablers. The implementation of the Act has resulted in 35% of in-country value retention. We also completed a 10 megawatts gas-fired power plant to supply power to our headquarters in Bayelsa State. We carried out a forensic audit of our remittances, leading to substantial recoveries, which could otherwise would have been lost.
The training aimed at bringing journalists up to speed with current trend in broadcasting is expected to enhance news and programming of the NTA. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control has confirmed 295 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria as at 28 September 2021. According to the NCDC, the Federal Capital Territory has topped the chart with 81 cases, followed by Gombe with 43, Osun 32, Kaduna 25, Rivers 20, Delta 17, Edo 14, Ogun 11, Oyo and Plateau has 9 cases each, Akwa Ibom and Bayelsa had 7 cases each, Zamfara 6, Kano 4. Other states affected are Ondo 3, Abia and Nasarawa 2 cases each, while Benue, Ekiti and Niger State recorded 1 case each. The total confirmed cases of the pandemic in the country stands at 205,047, with 193,260 persons treated and discharged, while 2,695 persons could not survive the virus. To end the news, a recap of the top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the former governor of the state, Mr. Donald Duke, on his 60th birthday, affirms that Duke leadership quality showcased potentials of Nigerian youths. The Senate has passed the Petroleum Industry Act Amendment Bill for second reading and acknowledged the speed for the implementation of the new law by the executive. It was also in the news that activities are on top gear for the 61st Independence celebration in the state as selected schools in Calabar rehearse at the UGS Sports Stadium in Calabar. That's the package for tonight. Good night.